When I say to you the term tummy time, what's the first thing that comes to your head? In many cases, it's an unsettled baby, a very irritable baby, or it's simply lifting up their head. Guys, it's Dr. Scott back having a dad chat as a follow-on series to our video from about a month ago where I demonstrated my son Hamish failing miserably on the pull to sit test and the implications of that with regards to the development and function of his neck. The follow-on from the pull to sit test and the ability to hold the head on top of the shoulders is definitely tummy time. Now, I'm going to talk about all things related to the benefits of tummy time, some of the requirements of the child to successfully negotiate tummy time, how much is appropriate, particularly on a per day basis, and what does tummy time form a prerequisite to as far as continued developmental movement patterns. So let's start with the benefits of tummy time. Now, very quickly, many people will say it's simply about the ability to hold up the neck. Potentially they may demonstrate or discuss further the development of the neck posture, the neck spinal curve. But there's so much more. In particular, one of the most overlooked elements of tummy time is the ability of the infant to engage through their shoulder girdle and actually push their upper body up, not just lift up their head. Now, this is really important because the use of the shoulder girdle, the arms, in further postures that lead to many other developmental milestones is absolutely imperative. One of the most common problems that I tend to see as a chiropractor who sees a lot of kids that limits children with their tummy time is shoulder problems. And many times we can trace the shoulder problem back to particularly the birthing positions, particularly of bub in utero. So the requirements of tummy time is not just lifting up the head and engaging of these neck extensor muscles, but it's also the involvement of that shoulder girdle. How much tummy time is always a very common question that follows. Now, this is a very general statement, but the easiest way to calculate it is basically 10 minutes per month of age. So if your child is 2 months old, they should be trying to achieve about 20 minutes of tummy time per day. I'll let you do the maths from there. Now, the key is this is not in one solid block. My wife has taken to keeping a little scoreboard for Hamish, and we basically chunk it down into anywhere from 2 or 3 minute blocks, depending on how irritable he may get or how tired he may get towards the tail end of that. We are certainly aiming for a minimum of 2 to 3 minutes at each time. However, as he's getting older and more successful and he's exploring more of the avenues associated with tummy time, those blocks of time are increasing. A really good tip that my wife found throughout her mother's group was actually to place a small mirror in front of Hamish so he can actually see himself. Kids obviously are absolutely fascinated with what they see. In particular, they may be a little bit narcissistic and they love looking at themselves. It simply gives them something to mirror and they start to learn what is going on. Finally, tummy time. What is it a precursor or a prerequisite for? Now, what it is a particular precursor to is a particular developmental milestone at around 4.5 to 5 months, which is called single elbow support, which is where the child is able to support themselves on one elbow while using the other arm to be able to reach out and grab a toy, play with something, put it in their mouth, whatever the scenario may be. Now, that posture alone is a precursor to rolling, and rolling is a precursor to crawling. All of these things are in a very specific cascade of events. So correct application of tummy time leading to the correct application bilaterally of the single elbow support, which we will dive into in a future video, is absolutely critical to some of these more significant developmental milestones that are coming up as kiddo gets older. Ultimately, like I said, I'll discuss that in a further video. You need to watch them and you can learn more. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Bye.